Get ready to witness the tale of a true legend, the story of a warrior who fought with unmatched bravery and conquered kingdoms. He is the one and only Big Z, a name that has instilled fear in the hearts of his enemies. Brace yourself for an adventure of a lifetime. After decimating the southern Roman Empire, Big Z and his army set their sights on a new mission, to conquer the northern Roman Empire. Their first target was to reclaim Cyrenea, which had been lost in a previous battle. After successfully executing the generals who had taken refuge in the castle, Big Z still faced a problem. Dealing with Shemesh's treachery. Big Z knew that he needed Shemesh to accomplish his goals. Big Z leads his army to defend Danustica against the Western Roman Empire, all because Shemesh refused to negotiate for peace. Big Z and his men sallied forth from the castle, halting the enemy's siege equipment in its tracks. The Romans chose to flee before they even laid siege to the gates, but Big Z and his warriors were not content to let them go unpunished. They mounted their steeds and gave chase, their weapons at the ready and their hearts filled with the fire of battle. In the second assault, the Romans were met with failure in their attempts to scale the walls with ladders, for their siege equipment had been demolished. Big Z stood watch on the firepot tower, ready to rain destruction from above. The enemy Romans were thrown into disarray and confusion as Big Z's men charged forth, striking them as they attempted to set up ladders. After executing 3 more Roman generals, Big Z attempted to make peace with the Western Romans. However, Shemesh's objections proved costly, as it significantly undermined Big Z's negotiating power. Big Z and his army marched towards Our Gorham, the second-to-last stronghold of the northern Romans. The siege that awaited them was considered by many to be impossible. With the new reinforcements, Big Z was ready to lead the assault on Our Gorham. He devised a plan to send his men to attack the gates, while he himself snuck through the enemy's defenses to open the gates and take control of the courtyard. It was a risky move, but Big Z knew it was their only chance to break in the northern Roman stronghold. With their general defeated and the courtyard in Big Z's control, the remaining Roman soldiers were left in disarray. Big Z's strategic move had left them unsure of how to react, and they were left vulnerable to his next move. As the Romans approached with their overwhelming numerical advantage, Big Z quickly backed his men into a narrow choke point. Big Z retreated into a nearby tower, where he could use firepots to fend off the advancing Romans. The enemy was caught off guard and panicked as the flames rained down on them, giving Big Z's army a much-needed advantage. After the battle, Big Z was stunned to learn that Abdali, one of his companions, had achieved the record for the most kills in a single battle. This was an impressive feat, even for someone as skilled as Big Z himself. Big Z rewarded Kerenbal for his loyalty after rejecting Shemesh's request for the castle. However, they had to return to defend Our Gorham upon spotting a large enemy army in the distance, while en route to finish off the northern Romans. Big Z led his garrison to counter the enemy's siege equipment, even if it meant sacrificing innocent civilians. His elite troops followed behind, pelting the enemy with barrages of javelins. As Big Z's men hastily retreated back behind the safety of their castle walls, the Roman soldiers, confused and disoriented, found themselves suddenly facing an unexpected obstacle. The men began to waver, their resolve weakening with every passing moment. It wasn't long before they turned and fled back to their siege camp, their tails tucked between their legs like beaten hounds. In the second defense, Big Z strategically ordered his men to hold a narrow bridge in the center of the city, away from the walls to avoid unnecessary arrow casualties. After Big Z's valiant victory against the enemy general, fate soon turned against him and he fell in battle. His men, disheartened by the loss of their leader, broke formation and fought on their own to reclaim the castle. The enemy soldiers were taken aback by the sheer willpower of Big Z's men and were unable to gain any ground, despite their superior numbers. The battle raged on, and the sound of swords clashing and shields ringing echoed throughout the castle walls. After chastising Shemesh for his treachery, Big Z wanted to express his gratitude to his loyal 538 subscribers and all of his new viewers who have been following his journey. Be sure to subscribe if you like the channel. It helps Big Z grow.